Good morning, everybody out there in YouTube land. I am back, just like I promised. So this is going to be a combination. I was going to do model cars and coffee anyways, like I always do. However, Larry and I just finished up our buddy build, so this is a dual purpose video. Showing what we just finished, and Larry, I can't thank you enough for joining me in this really fun build. As everybody knows, I love these Indycar kits, and I try to corrupt everyone into building at least one. They're really simple kits, but they have some great detail, and they're a ton of fun. And all the different paint schemes, they just look awesome up on your shelf. So if you ever see one of these for 5, 10, 15 bucks, whatever, wherever you might see them, they're usually pretty cheap. Grab one and build it. They're a lot of fun. And Larry was kind enough to jump right on in this with me. And I know his looks great, and I'm going to show you mine. He said he was going to have a video scheduled for this morning as well, so I look forward to seeing that final. So anyway, without further ado, I has used my coffee mug here as the stand. Here it is. This is the 1988 March 88C, and it already has dust on it. It's been sitting out here. Should have put it in the cabinet, but that doesn't matter. I can dust it off. Wonderful kit. This is actually the first 88C I have built. Most of the ones I've done have been Lolas, and I've done a Penske in the past. So this time it was time for the March 88C. Some differences in this kit, but they pretty much all go together the same way. This car was driven by Raoul Boiselle, and the first couple events of the year. No one in 1988 was super happy with the March that had decided to go with the March. March had been the dominant chassis as even in 1986. But by 88, they've sort of lost their way by this point. It was just that quick. Lola pretty much took over, and March wasn't around too much longer. Within the next 5 years, they were completely out of business, which is interesting. So the Shearson team had been running the Domino's sponsorship for several years with Allenser Jr., and he moved on. They hired Raoul Boiselle, who had driven for Dick Simon early in his career and also in some Formula One stuff. And they were fast, but the March wasn't doing it. So May came around, they were struggling. They bought a Lola T8800 off of AJ Foyt, brand new Lola. And that is actually the car they qualified and raced. So this car here that I've built did not race in the 500. It only practiced in May. It's a never raced car. After they bought the Lola off of AJ Foyt, the March went away and was never seen from by Team Shearson again. Of course, a couple years after Raoul moved on from Shearson, they had hired Arie Luyendyk, and they won the Indianapolis 500, which was their crowning achievement. I'll take you for a spin around here. We have a little interesting front suspension. Normally these shock, these are the shock arms right here. The ones that sort of run at an angle on each side. Typically on these Indy cars, they would go this direction, like this and like this. But this, for some reason, March decided they wanted to go with a pull rod instead of a push rod, so you know, the suspension actuates and it would pull on the shock absorber instead of pushing on it. So it doesn't have like what you'd see with the shocks up here and the push rods going in. So that's one difference in this kit. Well, I've got it held up there. I did some harnesses in there, and I don't know if you'll be able to see, but oops, I just sort of I did some detailing on the instrument panel. I keep running into it with the car, but yeah, there you can sort of see it. It's got some pretty good details in there. It's even got the weight jacker adjustments and everything. So push rod front suspension, or pull rod front suspension, I mean, and in the back we have the traditional push rod suspension back here. You can see it. Got radiators down in there. One thing I did forget that I would typically do is I would make these bolts around the fuel filler black. I just forgot. Here is that's engine cover. Fits pretty well. Always a questionable area of these kits is the engine cover. There is the Cosworth engine. I went ahead and wired it, dry brushed the Cosworth letters so you can see that. Just did a dry brush in white, and then I just used various metallics for the exhaust, the turbo, the headers, the axle shafts, just about 6 or 7 different colors of metallic on the engine just to bring out all these really great molded in details. The turbo snorkel is a really nice piece on this particular one. It's even got the motor mounts, which don't quite attach to the bulkhead there, but they're close enough. It's got the heat shield texture, which is a nice touch on these kits too. I really enjoy these kits, and this one was no exception. I will definitely build another one. I know I have decals to do. Al Unser Jr.'s Valvoline Lola T8900. That would have been the one where he crashed going for the lead with Emerson Fittipaldi, but that Valvoline car is iconic. And then I think I got one more Cosworth powered kit. That would probably be Ari Leindyke's Provimi Veal. That's the black and gold. It kind of looks like a John Player special knockoff. I'd like to build that. I don't know how many more of these kits I still have floating around, but I would imagine at some point I'll build an AJ Foyt. I think I have decals for him for one of the March 86Cs, which is another version of these kits, but also similar. But yeah, I've been babbling on now for 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes, so I'm going to shut up. I'm going to get out of here. Love you guys. Appreciate all the support. You guys are the best. I can't wait to see Larry's final, and I can't wait to see all your guys' model cars and coffee this Sunday morning. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later this week.